back on the lake. Dropped Lyle off at home. If you've missed it, the earlier live, we did get one carp earlier. So we're back on the local lake. This is still part of the Winter Fishing League 10-week challenge here, week one. So let me tend to my rods and get this camera adjusted a little bit better. And then we'll come back and chat. Hey, Sam, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Just dropped Kev off and getting situated here. Check that middle rod. Get the bells out of my pocket. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't. Put them on the rod just in case I fall asleep and miss a hit. Got a live shiner on the middle one. Wendy Jane Stewart, bro. My sharks, welcome back in. Thought Kev was going to join me, but he has opted out at the moment. Best way to put that. T4, welcome in there, buddy. Good morning. Good to see you. Hooks at Sam. First one in there. Good morning, good morning. I'd like to get a little bit better carp here before I move spots to focus more on bass. There are some big bass in here too. Not a lot, but there's some big ones. My PB came out of here. So, got a shiner out there in the mix just in case. Right. Yeah, we'll hope that this live lasts more than 10 minutes. You never know with the signals, man. This is my third of the day. I never had problems with signals here until like 2 weeks ago. And suddenly it's an issue here. I don't know. Here in Pennsylvania this time of year, the fishing is a test in patience, really. But the weather's pretty nice today. It looks horrible, but it's actually pretty warm. Almost 50 degrees, probably upper 40s by now. It's as good as it gets this time of year. Yeah, feel free to share yourselves out. You guys are free to share each other's links, share your own link. Try to keep it to those that are actually in the chat, but sometimes there's cases where I'll let other people's links or whatever share if there's another live going on. On a day like today where it's kind of like an unplanned live, if someone else is going live, feel free to like let everybody know. Most of us have multiple tabs open anyway and can check back and forth, see what's going on. Terry, howdy again. Back at the same spot. I want to get one more carp here. And then there's some creek spots right around here where I won't really be able to get live at. But if I can get another decent carp here, a little bit better carp, I will start traveling. And my chores got canceled. Sweet. There you go, man. I'll start running the GoPro then. I got to remember to run the GoPro. Sometimes I forget to run it. I'm just hoping I got the other fish on tape. Like I literally held the carp up. I held the tape up to it, but I can't remember if the camera was on. So the bobber's going all over the place. That minnow is active. That's a good sign. I should probably put a holder on that rod just in case it gets slammed by a big bass. I'm going to lose that rod. Yeah, good to see you, Stacy. Welcome in, Bank Fishing Adventures. I think he was like 16 inches, so nothing earth-shattering. But, you know, something you definitely want to put down on paper. And at one point, I think I handed Lyle the rod, so I don't know if I can, good conscience count that one. So I'd rather just get my own and bring it all the way in and count it. Then I don't feel bad about it. Wasn't even thinking about it. Awesome. Hookset Sam and Dynamic Angler are going to go live probably tomorrow, fishing the lake for carp. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's funny, like we have a lot of multi-species spots around here, but nothing that you can go and just like slam carp. I mean, this is probably the closest thing to it, but only in the spring. And then they're a little tough to catch the rest of the year. Yep, yep. BFA is Stacy. Two E's. Everything around here, man, is infested with carp. Well, they say carp is like primary food source of large bass, the baby carp. And I guess it's true. I don't seem to see too many baby carp anywhere. They're always pretty big, so something's eating them up. Everything around here, man. Yeah, we've caught a good bit of carp, especially in creeks on a trout magnet head and a worm. And I don't think I've ever done it in a lake, but I've sight fished many a carp with worm or maggots or mealworms, anything that I can see, and watch them run it down like a vacuum cleaner and set it. But yeah, they'll eat just about anything. Yeah, I went through a spell of a couple of weeks where I was catching them on chicken liver really good too. V8, somebody said V8. Welcome in. Missed you. Where are you? Well, welcome in wherever you went to. Oh, there he is. It's like below. It's hard to read. V8 velocity. Going good, man. Yeah. I've lassoed quite a few carp too. I don't know what they do out there, but I've lassoed, I'd say 3 or 4 carp in my life. I've literally lassoed them. Done it with a catfish a time or two as well. No other fish. But they come in with the line wrapped around them, not even in their mouths. Yeah, I hear that, Sam. Big bass, but hard to catch. So you lasso a fish, it goes around like on like I guess the dorsal, like the widest part. The line wraps around there, and then the hook gets the line in like a loop. And I guess the what is it, the caudal fins, the side fins, kind of like lock that line in the sliding back. So that seems to be where they hook themselves up somehow. I guess because they like vacuum around, you know, and they're. If you ever watch one feeding in clear water, you can imagine how they'd wrap themselves up. You don't want to know. I haven't carp fished in so long that it's really tough to watch the rods. I want to keep casting. I'm gonna cast this minnow around though. Ooh. I'm gonna take the float off and just cast this around a bit. Actually, I'm gonna put this little guy on, like these little trout floats. I get so used to this little float that when I put a big float on and it gets hit, I tend to wait too long. Ooh, that was something. That was something. Did you guys see that? Stripped me. Unless it was my imagination, that was something right there. Get them through behind that back fin right there, just under the backbone. Stacy, you going live today? Bank Fishing Adventures, real close to 3,000 watch hours. I know that. Hey, Paul, welcome in, buddy. Good morning. sit a minute. 9 awesome people in here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. Awesome, man. Go live. Don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. I always think I'm going to be live the entire weekend, and then kid chaos happens, and so I tend to run the GoPro a lot more. So because honestly, like the last live, I end up running a kid home, or you know, it's a lot of stop and go. Beyond the Hook, that's a new name for me in our lives. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We're fishing out of Pennsylvania, and I am one of the people competing in the Sunfish King Winter League. So I'm out here like a dum-dum in the middle of winter trying to catch fish. But we're targeting carp. We did get one on the bank in a previous live earlier today. So I'm hoping for one more a little bit bigger. That was like 16 inches. And also got a shiner out on the little rod for bass or whatever else might want to bite. But welcome in. Good to see you. I don't remember that name, but I have a bad memory. But if I'm not connected to you, watch a video. It's hard to find the live chat later, but if you watch a video or even watch the replay and just drop a comment, I will definitely go check your channel out and support you back, because I appreciate all the support we get. Yeah, if you can share me out, that's always greatly appreciated. I'm a slacker when it comes to social media. YouTube's pretty much the only way I run. Oh, awesome. What part of PA? We're Schwenksville area. This is Green Lane Park right now. I'm fishing. Public water here. Deep Creek. Got a lot of folks from the Pittsburgh area that follow us. Not too many on the East Coast. We do have Hapless. He's from the East Coast. French Creek area. Birdsboro, I think. Hey, Daz. Good to see you there, buddy. Welcome in. Schuylkill County. All right, nice. This would be Montgomery County. Live right on the edge of Montgomery and Bucks. Daz, fishing is fishing, man. Fishing is fishing. I'll give you a wrench, bud. It's always slow this time of year. I'm not lying. But it's pretty warm out today. So. I want to just get one more carp, and I've got some spots that I know will produce for bass, or I think they'll produce for bass. But I know with this competition, carp's going to be it's going to shut off soon, so I want to try to get them while I can before they completely shut down. Bass, I know I can get them through the ice even. So, yeah, that's right. I'm just shocked that anybody comes out and watches lives in the winter. It's a whole lot of catching nothing, but I enjoy it too. I like watching somebody else out there, and you never know what they're going to catch. Oh, you're in Oklahoma now. All right, cool. It's a big move. A real big move. 0 Celsius today. Is that 40? No, that's not 40 Fahrenheit. I'm dumb. I don't know what that equals, but we're about like 40 degrees, 45, maybe even 50 by now Fahrenheit here today. It's been around the freezing mark lately. It's 32. Holy cow, that's cold. Hey, Native, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Native Wild Man. Daz will be live tomorrow night on the Mercy. Whew. Sounds cold, man. Sounds cold. Awesome fishing, man. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Cast around a little bit. Keep an eye on that. Let me put a bell on there too. All right. Hey, Matt, Natural State Fishing. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Complaining about how cold it is. Oh, man, Sam, I know. It's all relative, you know? It's all relative. Hey, Dwight, what's going on? My minnow. There's my minnow. Welcome in, buddy. How's the bite? How's the bite near you, Matt? You been getting out? You got 14 awesome people in here. I was thinking moving to Florida, Sam. I don't know. What are you going to tell me? What should I do? That's right, man. Paul said, never bad weather, just bad clothes choices. That is so true, man. It's so true. Every time we catch a fish, people in the chat decide what to name it. I like that, yeah. Uh-oh, where's my float? Oh, there it is. Chasing crappie, about to see what the trout are doing. All right, nice. Yeah, I'm playing with that Sunfish King tournament, and trout aren't in it for the first half, so they just stocked 2 lakes. My luck. So we caught a couple lately. Kev's been nailing them pretty good, which is probably why he's not here. He's probably going to go down and catch trout today. Can't blame him. But we're trying to catch a carp. 23 out of 25. Yeah, that seems to be how crappie go. But around here, man, it's rare to get one. They're just not. There's just not a lot of them. Zero crappie out of 70 casts. That sounds more like me. I caught one like a week or so ago, and I was just shocked to have caught one. Hey, Dynamic, welcome in, buddy. My newest member, Dynamic Angler. Good to see you, buddy. Yep, Creed, good to see you. All right, Stuart, appreciate that. I'll keep an eye out. Don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't. I got to keep the drama out. If I see drama, I will block the person and remove them. I understand everyone's got beef with each other, but that's human nature. As long as it stays out of my chat, I got nothing against anyone in my line. I'm not going to get into anyone else's drama. So if I got to remove everyone's wrench just to start over, I'll do that. But please don't bring drama into my live. I appreciate, trying to look out for each other, but it just gets into a mess. Yeah, guys, don't talk about it, please, in my live. Yeah, let's cast around. I'm not talking about it. Some days I don't even want to talk to my own kids, so. You alive, buddy? Yeah, you're alive. I had one take down the bobber right off the corner of those reeds, so I'm going to put it back there and see if we can get anything there. Hey, Savage, buddy. What are you up to, man? Good to see you. Yeah, Dynamic might be going live tomorrow. Can't wait, man. I'm going to try to catch that. Standard mod. Let's see. Matt's always working on jigs. Matt sells jigs on his sites. So check Natural State out. I know he ties flies and jigs. And from what I hear, he does an amazing job. Catch a carp in the mouth. Savage, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Native does everything, man. Native does everything. I'm guilty of watching Native for his teas, man. I find that really interesting. I'm nowhere near where he's at, but I've got a garden and I do make like was it echinacea tea, and I got a few different things that we'll make. So that's cool. Pack bait. We're using pack bait. We use sweet corn, panko breadcrumbs, and Jello, basically. Yeah. I got the shine on the bobber. I got a live shiner. Just trying to get a bass to bite. Right now, I got a stinking trout magnet jig. Yeah, Native's a good dude. We got a ton of good dudes in here. Native's probably one of the first channels I picked up when I started jumping around. Doing a sport right now, Sam. Doing a sport right now. Fishing. Pellets, yeah. Yeah, these carp here, man, they eat just about anything. Which makes them tough to catch because sometimes they'll be biting something, other times they won't. Corn seems to be the most consistent. When they shut down in the winter, they don't eat much. I feel like the pack bait overwhelms them sometimes. and just a couple pieces of corn out there on 3 different rods increases your chances of actually hooking something. Oh man, oh man. I want to cast so bad. I want to cast around these rods, but I just need one carp really for this competition. I really just need one carp, so I got to be a little more patient and just wait it out. I may move around. I might give it a. It's gonna be really hard to drive to the other side of the lake without losing the live, though. I got to go around through the woods there. No, maybe I'll throw a worm out on this instead of the minnow. Try Mr. Nightcrawler here. Real smooth cast right there. Hoping my worm stayed on. Slammed the other rod pretty good. Hey Lloydies, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Nice. Nightcrawler fun. Nightcrawlers are, from what I understand, they'll eat like the other species of worms or something, right? I think they're a little trickier than like the red worms to grow. I've done red worms, and the one time I did night crawlers in like a 5 gallon bucket, and I aerated it, and I set it up, and they all crawled out, and I had dead night crawlers like all over my basement. They dried up. They're just little shriveled pieces of worm all over my house. I was like, what is that? And I went in the bucket and I couldn't find a single worm. I'm like, oh, I guess they were the night crawlers. Big yellow grasshoppers. I've heard people swear by crickets for carp. I don't know. I haven't really managed to get them to stay on the hook, but and they seem to catch a sunfish before it hits the bottom. All right, buddy. Happy anniversary, you guys. That's awesome. Have a great day. Thanks for coming in. Mr. Rocker Vlogs. That's a new name in my live, I believe, unless you're a channel that just changed names. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Do mainly fishing on our channel. 90% fishing. I would say 99%, but my older boy's getting into hunting, so we're sneaking a few hunting videos in. And once in a while, a little camping or something, but it's mostly fishing. Yeah, man, there's sunfish. Those sunfish are so easy to catch when you don't want to catch them. And they just bite everything when you don't want them. Then if you actually want to go out and catch them, you can't catch the little guys. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. One of the newer channels I just found on YouTube connected to. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Stacy, they're delicious eating. I think that was your live where you're talking about, like, if you're concerned with mercury and stuff, like, sunfish, because they get up to full size in just a couple of years. They don't, I guess it stands to assume that they're not going to have all the metals and mercury that the larger fish might acquire over their life cycle. Yeah, what's everyone's favorite bait to use? All around bait. Like if you're just going to go to the creek and you're going to use live bait or a pond, mine would be the worm. Like the old time, most universal bait and catch almost anything on it. Homegrown juicy nightcrawler. Yep. Red worm. I think a red worm is a wiggler, right? Are they the same thing? So I heard the red worms are they're more feisty, right? And I think there's something to be said for that. Yeah, insects. It's probably an art to knowing how to hook them and where to hook them. But you're right, man, because that's like fly fishing. If you can present it right, man, they love it's probably a huge part of their diet. My problem with insects is getting them casted out and not having them stay on the hook. Yeah, hi, Elisa. Good to see you in here. I'm talking behind the camera because the camera works better facing forward. Or else if I put it backwards, it would be all grainy. So I'd always face it that way. And I'm just like the ghost voice behind the camera. Yeah, I think I'm going to sit out here until I catch a carp, honestly. Because I've got a big pile of pack bait on both of these, so it's sitting on the pack bait, and they're not real active. So I think I would be doing myself a disservice if I just reel them in and keep recasting. So all I'm going to do is spread the feed all over the place, and if there's a hungry carp, he's not going to be hungry for long if I keep casting loads of pack bait out there. I just took that bobber off and I let that worm go down to the bottom. Casual talking about the baits. Yeah, sometimes those worms, you'll find them all the way at the very bottom. I have an old fridge that we turned over outside and we put the worms in. And sometimes I have to get all the way to the bottom and then, like all the worms are right at the bottom. So they're looking for something, you know. Pill bugs are, yeah, pill bugs are excellent trout bait. I've used them because they look like those little, forget what they're called, but if you grab algae, there's these little clearish white critters that live in there, and trout in the wintertime will feast on them. Pre-retirement days, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. I accidentally started a pill bug farm. Yeah, we have our frog terrarium has got all kinds of stuff because we try to catch as many bugs as we can to feed the critters. And every time I clean that, I realize like nothing's eating each other. I don't know what they eat sometimes. They're all kind of living in there, except for the crickets. The crickets get gobbled down immediately by the frogs. We have salamanders, newts, 3 different species of frogs, all living in one terrarium. Grass shrimp, is that what they're called? I think there's like a different name for them, but I think you're onto the same critter that I'm talking about. Yeah, bread works good. Yeah, how do you do the bread? As a kid, I used to fish bread all the time for Sunnies. I saw a cool technique. It looks like oh my God, I'm going to date myself. I was going to say like a 35 millimeter film canister, if anyone knows what those are. But like a little tiny jar, and you like take all the bread and you pack it in there. Am I getting a hit there? Might be getting a hit on that little rod. Might be the wind. Kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't have moved away from my spot that I was at earlier. Maybe I'll go back there. What do you think? Think I should move spots? I did catch a carp earlier today not far from here. I could walk over there. Just have to make 2 trips with all my crap. But we could go over there. I found a purple pill bug one time. Oh, I didn't realize that. They're worth a lot of money. Huh. You can't hear the audio? Can anyone else not hear the audio? Poisonous slugs. I handle slugs here all the time. I never had an issue. What are you going to take for bait tomorrow, Creed and Sam? What are you guys planning on using for carp? All right, thank you, Lloydies. Sam said his earbuds are messed up. Cool. Well, the way I've been fighting the signals today, I wouldn't be surprised if it was me. Bread and corn. Yep, yep, nice. Yeah, I'm at the 47-minute mark here, so I'm thinking we move. You know what? I wonder if that's a spot that holds some trout. They just stocked, and people have fished it hard for the last couple of weeks. So I'll bet you those carp are moving in and eating up whatever they're casting out there. Hey, Bud Files, welcome in. Another Shark member. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for supporting us. Dynamic is another member, our newest member. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It helps out more than you know. I guess I got to take the rods in before we move. Carry the rods. Try to figure out how I'm going to do this. I don't want to leave you guys. I'm going to have to abandon you at one spot or another to walk over there. Well, let's see. Let me get my stuff together here and then we'll move. And maybe during me getting my stuff together, we'll catch a fish and not have to move. We'll leave the live go. We're just going to go on the other side of these weeds. We caught a carp there earlier today. We probably shouldn't have left that spot. We had to drop Lyle off at home anyway, so I just decided to try over here because I had been seeing them roll out here pretty often. But I just saw 2 roll back where we were and nothing here, so. Got all tangled up. Sometimes that happens. Not sure if it's my cast or something was feeding on it and that's how it ended up. This one looks good. It's got the fake corn on it. Fake corn still looks great. We caught the carp earlier today on the fake corn, so go figure, right? All right, we're walking, guys. I'm gonna pick you up, and I'm gonna bring you over, set you up, put the rods up, but I'm not gonna cast out. I'm gonna make another trip back. Excuse me. Get the rest of my junk. Rained a lot here yesterday. Might head to a creek, but the creeks are high, so I gotta look for a different spot than I normally fish. 'Cause that part of the creek was ripping this morning. This is where we did some lives earlier in the year. I didn't get his fish posted yet, Dynamic. Thank you. I think we have till tomorrow night to post them all. And it was just a bluegill, a good size one, but he might catch better, and I didn't want to, if it's a big fish, we'll post it right away. But I think how the rules are, like, it's only the biggest one of each category. So there's a good chance you'll catch a bigger one this weekend. And I don't want to kill Kieran with all the work. He'll start giving me dirty. How bad last year when we were rolling, we started catching so many fish. I started feeling guilty when we would like hand them in, unloaded on them. Like, here's 14 fish for you to tell me what species they are. Some of them, towards the end, we were getting like weird stuff, targeting whatever we could. Striped shiners. We'd be, Nolan from Mission Discover helped us out a lot, like identifying different species too. And he's like, oh, you can catch this type of species. I'm like, cool, let's do it. Like 3 different type of shiners, and so we're probably the reason he had to change the rules, because we started catching all kinds of crap. We even microfished, and like I told Cav, I was like, it's not cheating, but they're going to change the rules. It's still fun though. And we caught probably 5 or 6 new species during the tournament last year that we had never caught before. So that was pretty exciting. A few hybrids, things like that too. Which Kieran's really good with fish identification. That's kind of what he does. So it's that was like a nice little benefit of that, doing that tournament. All right, we got somebody who knows what the species are, and I'm sure we caught some of those hybrids and those shiners before, just never identified them correctly. Get this stuff set up, and then I get the rest of the junk. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I got to run and grab the rest of the luggage. back, guys. Right in the back. Just gotta get these rods back out. This guy's ready to go. He's just got worms. We'll get this one right out, and then we'll get the pack bait back on and get the carp rods back in. There's our pack. Let's hope it stays on. That'll work. That'll work just fine. Sorry, I had to leave you guys. I think we're in a better spot now, a better chance to catch some fish. Get you back a little bit. Kind of foggy, but it's just the way it is here. Thanks for that, Stuart. Appreciate the share out, buddy. Just trying to get caught up here. May have misplaced my threading needle here. Got one piece of corn on it. Oh, I got it. It's deep in my pocket. Sweet. Need that. Let's go. Look at that baby. Probably fly off. All right, back in action. Let's go. Sun's trying to pop out. Okay. Thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate that. Sometimes you got to make the move to get into a better spot, and that's what we just did. So let's see if it pays off. Picked up one carp here earlier, so usually more than one, you know, and they usually are in the right depth then. If you caught one, you kind of know you're probably in the right depth. And there goes one rolling out there real close to where I just cast it. That's a good sign. It's a real good sign. Watch that rod closest to us. Big bite baits are good. I've had some luck with that bright red worm. Big Bite sells like Walmart. Caught one of my bigger bass on that. I like their worms. Nothing wrong with that. It's nice not to be sponsored. You can say whatever you want. You know, I just thought I should have brought the automatic hooker. That would have been perfect to put the automatic hooker on today. Dang. I think it's in Kristen's car though. Yeah, you can't beat the price. This stuff's so cheap. So cheap. You know, I got stuck overthinking it. I went over to that spot because it's super shallow and I figured, you know, it's warm out. But, you know, it takes forever for water to actually warm. Fish have no clue it's warmer out. Maybe that sun was beating down on the shallows, but they don't really like full sun either, so. I think we're in a good spot. Hey, Gene, welcome in, buddy. There's Yellow Shirt Dad. Good to see you. And make sure my battery pack's still running here. Looks like it is. I don't want my phone to just die middle of the live. Carp fishing and bass fishing today, mainly. It's calm and it's pretty warm. Sun's trying to come out of this fog. There's a complete like fog out this morning here. Zoom Fat Albert Curly Tails. I've used Zoom too. Yep, they're good. Looks like that end rod just got a little touch. Put the bite alarm on the end rod, and it worked earlier when we caught that one. Like by having the alarm on one and the bells on the other, you know which rod's going. I've had situations when the flatheads are biting down in the city, and we have 3, 6, or 9 rods out, and you get, especially with like a channel, like they don't always take it down, and you're not sure which one's getting hit. And looking at each of the rods, it's dark out, and I know they sell these new alarms that have like a Bluetooth capability, so you can program a different sound into each rod. But Yeah, you guys can share links. Absolutely. Feel free to share your links out, guys. You can always share your links on my lives. That's why I give out the wrenches. Um, it might come a time where I got to take them all back and stuff, but I try to do that just because I can't. I'm not good with technology and I'm fumbling with it and gloves on, or else I'd be sharing you guys out. But it's just too hard missing bites. And then, what are you really doing out here? Are you chatting or are you fishing? Trying to do both. But so I try to give out a lot of wrenches just so you guys can take care of business and sharing each other out. So, yeah, yeah. I'm the wrong person to ask about gear, Wild Man. I mean, I use the worst, cheapest gear. I'll buy gear if it breaks or something. Half our stuff's falling apart. We've lost some of our biggest cats. Like, we lost like a 60-pounder this summer just because we didn't have the right. Like, we had a rod with like 80-pound mono on it, but the reel didn't work right, and every once in a while it would lock up, and it locked up, and we snapped that line on. And the rod was like a shark rod. It was a massive rod, 10-foot like shark, heavy action, because I knew there was a monster in the spot that we were trying to get. So I'm the wrong dude to ask for that. Because I'll tell you what, you buy like a $400 rod, they break. They break just as easy as the $18 rod, and Kevin breaks them all the time. Falls on them, slams car doors on them. And I know people will say like, "Oh, you got to teach them to respect your stuff." Well, when you're competitively fishing, I'm as to blame with that stuff as he is. Like, I'm running and gunning, we're all over the place. So try to take care of what we got. But when I buy new, I do have some nice stuff though, like salmon rods and all nice stuff. Like, I go in and I'll talk to people, and I'm not afraid to spend a little extra to make sure I got the right thing. Uh, but for like, carp, bass, and these smaller trips to creeks and things, but I do have some good catfish rods and reel combos now. Not high end stuff, but uh, Penn Penn Pursuits, half decent rod and reel. So I've got 3 or 4 of those now, and I'm going to probably pick up 2 really good catfish rods for next season. So we should be in better shape. And we did pretty darn good on flatties this summer, but I'm hoping to really ramp that up next year. Hate to say this, but that carp just rolled where we were earlier. We just came from there. Yeah, you kidding me? Oh well. Yeah, you always end up with lots of rods. It seems like the reels break fast, jam up. Yeah. Um, I think that dynamic, that's the second half, right? I mean, the flatties are off. I mean, somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong, but I think it's just about impossible to catch a flathead, especially if that's in the second half, which I believe it is. Like, that'll be January. There's no way the flatties are going to be biting in January around here. Be lucky if you catch a channel. So I think we're out on that part of it. Hey, there's Granny Boy, new name in the chat. Welcome in. Appreciate you joining our live today. Dinner time over there. You must be a UK guy. Dinner time. What is that? 5 hours? We're at probably 10. I saw a couple of your cats. You get some nice cats out there, native, for sure. Is Alvin in here? What's up, Alvin? I miss you coming in. UK. Oh, I figured. All right, nice. Yeah, good to see new names popping up. That's awesome. Always good to make new friends. Got 14 awesome people in here. Oh, Grant's 80 miles from you. All right, cool. Cool. That's sweet. That's an hour of driving for me. 80 miles an hour. Oh boy. Yeah, I think they don't move, I guess, right, Native? They don't move. That's the thing. So you got to put it in their face. Yeah, flatties are part two. Well, I appreciate that, Stuart. I know you send a lot of people over to me. I appreciate that. You work really hard for our channel, and I appreciate that, buddy. Nice, yeah. Live scope on blue cats. Yeah, the blue cats will bite. Just don't have them right here, but you know what? If we're in the running, we might make a trip. These rods, I had like 30 pound or 20 to 30 pound mono on them. But I went down to 12 pound, maybe even 12 to 8, because we were chasing a steelhead a few weeks ago, and I just put the lighter line on for those. Um, so I figured in the winter maybe it'll be good. They're not going to fight as hard. Middle rod, little rod, unless that was the wind. It's not out too far. I'm afraid to walk over there and scare that fish out, but the breeze isn't really blowing, and that line is moving. Sam and Dynamic are going to start fighting again. Yo, up in the air, outdoors. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Live scope is like when you can like actually see the fish, right? That's my interpretation of live scope, right? You can, literally you're seeing the fish. Fish finder is like the graphs and bouncing the whatever the signals it is, bouncing back off and putting it in color format. Yeah, I watch air runs when I can catch him on there. Yep, yep. I like his laid back lives, man. Helix 4 is what's on my kayak. That's all you need. It's kind of like bike racing for me. Like when I raced bikes for a living, everybody had all the technology, and I know it works. It's not why I enjoyed it, and I have nothing against it. I totally get it. It's just not for me. I don't want it. Occasionally, I might have some and use some. Like I said, I'm not really against it, but for me, it just I don't want to. I don't want it. I don't enjoy using it. It just feels like a job, so I don't do it. But I also like catching fish, so everyone's got their breaking point. Not saying you might not see me running around using a live scope next year. Something bumped that front rod closest to us. I saw the line go. It looked like something swam into it. Wow, we got 20 people in here. That's awesome, man. Live scope is live footage of the fish. A normal fish finder is just signals bouncing off the fish and back to the boat. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say. I don't know what came out of my mouth. Hey, Brandon, good to see you, buddy. Look at Alvin. He's a little festive over there. Jolly. Man, he's got Santas, Christmas trees. Merry Christmas. I keep forgetting it's December. I saw the live post from our live. Oh, middle ride. Right? I mean, that's it's going, right? Come on. It's gotta be. That's my night crawler there, so that could just be a trout or a sunfish playing with that one. But I could use a sunfish for the tournament. That's the only reason I'm even bringing that little rod with me. All right, where was I saying? You're a Fortnite guy? I don't know if Lyle's still in the Fortnite. He was like huge into that. He's all in the mic. Oh, that end rod's getting bumped too. Come on, these things have to go. Definitely got some activity out there. I just hope it's not like trout eating on my pack bait. These are stockies. I'll eat one of those suckers if I catch them. I'm not trying to catch them today though. Kind of weird out with this fog. It's really weird. Played one round of Fortnite in my life. Wasn't a huge fan. Yeah, fishy. Yeah, I guess gaming and stuff falls under my whole idea of not liking technology. And I have to use a lot of technology with my job, and it's just, I don't want to do it outside of my job. There's a lot to it. I really don't think it's great for your brain, for your eyes, for your mind. So that's a whole side thing of it. So I just tend to stay away from it as I stare at my screen on YouTube. I gotta be careful what I say on YouTube, Sam, but I guess you could say I'm into financial advising. I work with the economy pretty much, compare US dollars and foreign currencies. I'm soon to be out of work though. We've been promised to be laid off very soon, so that 25 years stint is going to be coming to an end. The humans are no longer needed. Electrician, yeah. You don't want to see me touch electricity. Oh, nice, nice. That's a job I always tell my boys about getting. I would have loved to have done that. I might actually. I've been thinking about jobs that if I needed a side job, if I get laid off at the wrong time or whatever, I worked in a hardware store when I was in high school, and I enjoyed that. Uh, so maybe I'll go back and do that if I had to part time. But pet store, we have a cool mom and pop pet store here. Be a great job. We basically have a pet store in our house anyway. Try, Gene. Try to do a job you love, man. If you get paid to do something you love, that's awesome. Deer processing, we like chopping them up. That'd be a. I mean, that's. I do butchering, but the way the rules are, I can't charge any money for it. I don't think I can anyway. I got to be licensed. Um, and I know with the way my life is, I'd get licensed, and then something would change. I wouldn't have any time to do it, and I'd be taking another loss. Just can't. I can't afford to take losses. That's all. So I do deer. I used to do deer for myself and my friends, and I'd keep pretty busy at it. And then I just keep some of the meat or whatever. But boys have been keeping me pretty busy, so I kind of backed off of that a bit. Free landscaping for 5 years. There was a carp rolled. He's out pretty far. I'm thinking of casting out further. I'll give it another 10 minutes. And if I don't have nothing, I'm going to try to get that pack bait on there real good and make a further cast on that farthest rod. The Euro mounts, they dip them. They dip in like in paint, you mean, or they dipping them in like the worms that eat off the fur? They have those things where they put them in like the mealworms or the beetles, and the beetles just gnaw everything off of it. They're pretty wild. I got to finish up antlers. I got antlers for my buddy that I'm a pretty nice buck, and I'm just removing the fur from. I don't want to say too much because I got a little surprise. I don't know. He might be in chat. Yeah, yeah, it's cool. Dip them in the paint. We did. Lyle did this art where you take a. I don't know if it's the same thing you guys are doing, but I've seen it done with skulls too. I see something go here. Um, you spray paint like you get a 5 gallon bucket with water, and then you get 4 or 5 different colors of spray paint. You spray them in, one at a time, and it becomes like these rings, and then you dip in there. Um, we did that with a few things around the house, and some of them came out really cool. You never know what you're going to get, until you pull it out of the dip. But I thought it'd be cool to do that. Gaster's good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Boxcar Jerry. Yo, 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 yo. One of my newest shark members over there. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. You missed Lyle. Lyle was here earlier. Dropped him off at home. He has a bad headache today. Kev's just got a bad mood in general. He's hanging out at the house. I might get him out later. I don't know. He was in a weird mood. He told me he didn't want to do the tournament. Like he gets stressed out a little bit. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. So I said, we don't have to do the tournament. Just if he wants to fish, just go fish. And he couldn't make a decision. So I'm going to go fish and then come pick you up and we'll go fishing somewhere else later if you want. I think he just needed a little time away from us, or away from me. He's 10. He gets that age, You don't want to be with your dad the whole time. Even when your dad's as cool as I am. Feel better if I saw bubbles out there, you know? Oh, there, and Rod's definitely moving a little bit. I know, right, Jerry? I think he does want to fish. He just doesn't want to fish with me, but then he can't get anywhere without me, so he's kind of stuck. Thanks, Dynamic. All right, Sam. Have a good day. If I don't catch you, I don't know if we'll be bouncing up later or not. Gonna hang here a little bit. I do want to catch one here. I really want to catch one for the week here. Casters, we haven't hooked up yet on a deer. We were gonna go out this morning, but it rained so hard here last night. Everything was soaked, and we were gonna hunt in the backyard. And we actually had a couple in the yard a couple days ago, which were the first deer I physically saw in our yard during the daytime in 2 months. So part of me, I putting the blind up the night before, it would have scared them out. So we would have had to sit on the ground. It was soaked. And like I feel like I just want to let them come in and be in the yard a little bit before I scare them away. So we have late season here, and we can hunt all through like January, and so we got time. And we're allowed to feed here, so I got the corn feeder going. Now that they're in, I think they'll stay in. I'm going to build one of the projects Lyle and I talked about. We're going to build a nice blind out there, a permanent structure that we can, heat and stay in when we go out and hunting, which will be easier. Two people on the ground, it's tough. The air, your scent blowing around. You see something, you got two heads turning instead of one. It's tough. Yeah, I don't want to spook them out. What happens with the corn though is like they tend to just come in at night, especially the big buck. Um, so I got the electronic feeder and I have it set so that it feeds 3 times, but like morning, mid morning, and lunch. So all the food's out early. I figure, train them to get there during the daylight hours or they're not going to get nothing at night. But all we end up getting are 5 pound squirrels out there. And we can't hunt squirrels in our yard because we used to have a pet squirrel that we let go. Oh, there was a big carp rolled off the point there. Huh. They're really spread out. I was thinking they would start kind of bunching up now. There's no way. There's no way I can hit them where they are, where that one just rolled. Huh. Average? I don't know. I don't know. 20? 20 inches? They get pretty big in here. I've caught some big ones in here. They're just tough to catch, except for in the spring. They go nuts here in the spring. This is a spot I caught like 17 in an hour before. They go nuts and they come into this shallow area on this bend, and they're just piled up in here. But you got like a week of it, and then the algae's building, and then by then it's so hard to get at them. Who's Matt? Where's Matt? She's fine. She's still doing my head in. Oh, here we go. Fish on. Just a little one. I'll bring it up and show it off in a minute. I know he looked snagged, but he's not. He was wrapped a little bit. Bottom lip. There he is, guys. Hopefully you can see that all right. I got to take a quick measurement. I got him on moss down here. It's a pretty safe spot. He'll be okay in a minute. Forgot to record with the GoPro, of course. Okay. We've got 19, safe 19, probably 19 and a half. Give you a little rinse here. Come on, buddy. Gonna give him a little drink. He's not cooperating and I don't want to hurt him, so. Great time for the GoPro batteries to die. I thought I measured them and I looked down and the light was off. Got one in the net here. Forgot to turn the camera on. Go. We'll go 19. Hopefully you guys can see that. 19 inches. Okay. All right, one last look. Let me get her back in the water here. There he goes. Had to give him a couple breaks there, put him back in the water a few times, but we got him. We got a nice bed of moss here, even though I don't have the padded holder for carp. But there's a nice little spot. It's definitely damp, so it's just fine. I know you guys in the UK, you treat them a lot better than we treat them over here. Most of the folks here just throw them up on the bank. They hate them so much. Number 2 on the fake corn. We're still live. Hopefully we're live. Always afraid I'll come back and the live's off. Yo, Big Slim, what's going on, buddy? Got one of my own now. The last one I hooked, I let Lyle bring it in, and I was like, oh man, I can't count that one for the contest. That was 19. I forgot I was going to do a contest, but it already came out of my mouth and I said it out loud. Nolan, I saw you go by. I don't know if I said hi, but hi. Let me get the other rod in and have a chat. The second one today on the fake corn. You guys saw blood on that fish. That was me, not the fish. I don't know what I did to myself, but I'm bleeding. Fishy was in better shape than I was. Beautiful little carp. Nice, dynamic, nice. Well, you know what you got to do now, right? 19, over 19, and you gotta be over 19. Hey, John, Fishing Frustrations. What's going on, bud? Good luck, John. You just got a carp. That's the second today. First on this live. But man, if I was more tech savvy and it felt like fighting with I got to get more into like the StreamYard stuff because I do want to pop in different fish with other folks and stuff. I just created those emojis for some of our members, and that thing like set me off the edge. And somebody knows what they're doing. It's like 2 minutes for me. It's like 4 hours. Hate to admit that, but for 4 hours, I almost had it like it was, load it up and then it wouldn't look right and unload. Like I didn't know the size. We're sitting there watching YouTube videos on what to do. We got a lot of trout fishermen here, Dynamic. This is Deep Creek. They stocked. Hey, I appreciate that, casters. Tasha Jarvis, good morning, good afternoon to you. Good to see you there. Hope you're treating Richard all right today. His big birthday. Happy birthday, Richard Jarvis. Hope you guys are having a good day. Have a drink for me. I'll have a drink for me later. But you have a drink for me too. Stop, walk down the streets and chap asked if I wanted to buy. Cough my toy, and that's the best thing. I like that one, Paul. You tricked me into reading that one like it was happening. Got stopped walking down the street. Some chap asked me if I wanted to buy a coffin. I told him that's the last thing I will need. Yep. I do want to move that end rod, but let me see if my worm's still in that little rod. That'll give me something to do, right? I'll put some more weight on this just to cast it out further. Probably hook a carp on this thing. Really give you guys some entertainment. I don't remember how big Lyle's was this morning, but technically he can't count that one, and neither can I. So we're gonna go with the 19-incher for the tournament. Say human blood, not carp blood. Black flower tea is my favorite blend that I came up with. Black flower tea. Native is tea man. Have not made any of that. I don't have a huge selection. Um, just whatever's growing in my yard. Strawberry tea, the echinacea, cone flower, which I think is also echinacea. Somebody told me big purple flowers. Make it from those. What else do I got? Sassafras, which I know is probably a carcinogen, but I like it. Rose hips. I know there's a few others. Work this morning, now cooking tea and having a drink. Good for you. There you go. I just see something go. Eyes play tricks on me sometimes. Boxcar Jerry, believe it or not, I did catch something. I caught a carp. All by myself too, without Kevin's help, without Lyle's help. I caught one all by myself. And I'm praying that it comes out on film with the measuring device so it actually counts. But haven't broken my ribs yet this year, so I'm off to a flying start in the tournament. If you get an email saying that they can teach you to read maps backwards, don't open it. It's spam. Yeah, rose petals. You can eat it like any part of the rose. I got really into it when I lived in Alaska. That's when I really got into making the teas. Look at that. Is that my line going? I think there's a school of carp out there. I thought that was my line for a second. There's definitely a lot of activity out there. Let's hope it hits that one. I do really want to recast that one, but I can't recast with that activity there. I saw like a dorsal fin come out there for a second. That'd be nice. Get some slamming action here. That'd be great. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but do videos about what, Jerry? I'm just talking, not even listening to myself. Not me breaking my ribs. Look at that end rod. It's getting tapped again. Something's swimming into that line. Oh, the T? Hey, Diana. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. You need a bigger bank, not boat this time. I need a bigger boat. About the T? I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'll leave that up to Native. You can go watch Native. Native Wildman, I believe he's still in the chat. Yeah, Native Wildman. He's in the chat, or at least he was a few minutes ago. He's been in most of the time. Um, that's why I was talking about teas. His channel, he does a lot of making teas, like natural from like the leaves and stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't like watching his videos because then I always want tea, and all I got is some crappy tea. I should order from him. I need to do an order from him. Man, I'm still bleeding. Who the hell did I get cut by? Still bleeding. It's pretty deep actually. It's a little but deep. Nice, Jerry. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Native's a good dude. I think I met him through Sunfish King early on in our YouTube days. Is that it? Bell? You hear it, Bell? Start hearing bells in your sleep after a while. I guess I should really move and go after bass now. But I think I can do better than 20 inches here, though. That's just the wind. Wind's blowing across the lake, picking up the lines a little bit. I don't think I casted that end rod. Let me go cast that end rod. Let's rebait that and get it back out there. Bait looks good. Just need more pack. That's what we got. I appreciate everyone coming in today. That's one of the bigger lives I've had recently. So I appreciate y'all. And I've been bouncing up and down all the time, walking around. Glad you guys are all in here. Oh no, Diana's sick. A bit under the weather. I knew Jerry knows about that. He's just bouncing back. Yeah. Jerry got his butt kicked by that cold. Happens sometimes. Hope you get off easy, Diana, and let's get better soon. I'll tell you, the whole working from home thing has been the best thing for me. I've been healthier. I don't know if it's from that or just not racing anymore, but I kind of used to get sick all the time. Knock on wood, it's been good. Racing, being stressed out, physically stressed out and tired, and then going into an office is hard on the immune system. Definitely not in shape anymore. I miss that part of racing, but I feel healthier all around. Feel better. Well, somewhat. Except for when I'm doing anything physically. 2 hours. We've been live 2 hours. What time is it? 12? It's lunchtime here. I will have to eat something at some point, so we'll give it another half an hour. And then maybe I'll run home, grab some lunch, see if Kev wants to go fish. And we'll go hit some creeks or something. Would like to get a nice bass now. We got the carp, but I don't know what Hookset Salmon Dynamic got up their sleeve tomorrow. They're gonna go out and try to beat my 19-inch carp today. I know they are. You're central, I guess. We're in the east here. Yeah, fresh air is helping. I have 3 cats and I'm allergic to cats, so I'm always choking when I'm working in my house. And as soon as I go outside, I feel good. If you don't like pork pies and crisps and no fish caught, I'm very trying that with the boys fish. I usually take snacks, but this is like 5 minutes from my house, and my life's chaos with kids. I was out here with Lyle, and Lyle got a headache, so I dropped him off. I thought I'd pick up Kevin, but then Kevin wasn't really in the mood to go. So then I came back here, and my plan was to just come back here, try to get another carp, which I did, and then try to get Kevin out because I know he wants to go out. He's just being a 10-year-old, and he doesn't always like sitting here for carp. Yeah, wild man, I hear you, but if I bring any food with me, if you watch my last hunting video, I literally just sit there and eat the food like immediately. I can't not eat it. So sometimes I have to like get myself away from food. I sat there and cooked pecan pie on the heater in my deer blind. It's not good, man. I'm always hungry. At the spot we'll be going to tomorrow, I don't think we'll be able to beat yours. They're all pretty small. Might be able to come close though for lucky. I hope you guys beat me. That'd be awesome. Got no intentions on winning. It's just good to have some motivation to get out the door in the winter. Oh, first rod right here just got tapped. Rod closest to us just got tapped. Oh yeah. Come on, lock it up, baby. Look at it. Look at that line. Come on, hit it. Don't be a dumb trout on a carp. Come on. That's a pretty fresh cast too, so he might have to poke around a little bit yet. So he finds my hook. We'll just be patient. Can't believe I haven't caught a sunfish on the little rod. Switched to worms thinking something will hit the worm. Then again, it's December, so you never know. Oh, first far rod just got tapped too. Okay, got some hungry fish out here. Not going anywhere, guys. Something's about to go down. Somebody said Mr. Parker was feeling ill. I don't know anything about it. He saw I put a live out there for last night or something, or a video, and I watched it, and then I think he took it down. I hope he's doing all right. Oh, if anyone doesn't have Dynamic, pick him up. Let's get him to 200. Well deserved, too. Dynamic. That dude tries to get up early before school to watch some of my early morning lives, and he's behind us, so that's super early for him. And I feel bad when I don't catch nothing. I didn't realize that tape measure was so tiny. It's so skinny. I went to the bait shop. They didn't have any. I wanted to get one of those like measuring board things, bump boards or whatever they call them, that like tournament guys use. Man, that would make it a lot easier. But there's no other fishing shops near me. Guess I got to order one online, I guess. It's quiet out here. We've got like 6 or 7 people right to my side here fishing, and nobody's caught anything all day. They're probably going for trout, though. These trout are tricky to catch this year. Everybody was watching when the bells went off. They got all excited. -1 Celsius here at the moment. Yikes. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. We had a few cold days, and it started icing up, and we got a little bit of breeze and warmer temps. The ice is gone again. I'm hoping we get some good ice here, because I've got a few spots that I can hit pretty good on. you know, if it freezes, where I can ice fish. I want to catch, two of my winter goals is to catch a carp and a catfish through the ice this year. I found the spot where they're holding up, where I think they'll be all winter, and I can get out. I can get out to them only if there's ice. Thought that would be kind of cool. I appreciate that dynamic. It's tough for me to even get up early. It's tough, man. Nice. Yeah, I guess you can make them yourself. Hey, Nike girl. We're fishing for carp and bass mostly, but we could catch a trout or sunfish in here too. Got two carp today so far. Looking for a little bit bigger one. Last one was good, 19 inches, not too bad. But I know they get bigger in here, so. Did I miss Paranormal? Are they in here? Welcome in, Paranormal. I'm sure you're here somewhere. I can't find you. Scrolling around looking. There's Nike, there's Lloydie's, Nike girls up there. Chat's moving faster than my eyes. Yep, caught two so far. Just catch and release. Caught one before this live started though. We lost our signal. My older son was with me at the time. He reeled that one in, and then I caught this last one. I don't know, 15 minutes ago maybe. Lines are getting tapped, so they're definitely out there. Just not real hungry this time of year. This is Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, Green Lane Park, Deep Creek Lake. Just a little public spot. We only live like 5 minutes from here, so I fish this lake a lot. It's pretty good. Trying to think what I got in the fridge to eat when I go home. I should have made some deer chili. I got a good amount of deer meat in the freezer yet, and that's like my favorite thing this time of year when I'm fishing all day is to have soup going. That would have been really good to come home to a crock pot of soup. Nice, nice. What is Nike girl? What's he gonna fish for today? We're kind of targeting. We're in a fishing tournament, so we're kind of not stuck fishing for certain species. But oh man, muskie would be awesome. Muskie would be awesome. What state are you guys from? Muskie fishing is so hard around me. I mean, we have a whole playlist, 25 episodes of us trying to catch one. Michigan. All right. Maybe it's not so hard up there then. I'm sure it's still hard, but yeah, that's awesome. Here it's they're like legends, but I've seen them in the local creeks. And we did a playlist on 25 attempts trying to until we finally got one. And honestly, I was shocked we even got one. I really didn't think we'd ever get one, but I chased them growing up in this area. We used to chase them, and nobody would believe it. They're like, there's none in there. There's none in there. Yeah, I think that would be tough down there, dynamic. Well, we made a count. The only one we ever caught was over 48 inches, and it was probably over 50. We're looking at the videos of it, but we obviously were like, ooh, Enrod. Fish on. feels a little bit better. Biting a lot harder than the last one. Yeah, it's a nice one. Nice one. Good boy. Get them measured up and I'll bring them up for you guys to see. Let's get this stuff ready. A little bit bigger than the last one, I think, anyway. Okay. I got him hanging in the net, but in the water. So he's in a good safe spot at the moment. Okay. Forgot to run the GoPro again, so we had a crappy video, guys. Good thing you're watching it live. Alright, I missed another one. Got another one here. Bring him up. Get him measured in. Guys on the live, tell me how big this guy is, and the closest one is gonna get a sticker. Okay. There, you can see that. There he is, guys. Give me your best bet here on the size. I'm gonna let this one go. right. Hoping I'm getting these on film here. Going by inches, or going by inches. Let me see. I think somebody got it right on the mark. Yep, native. Of course, I forgot to bring a pencil with me. Native's got it. 24 on the dot. So, native, if you think about it, you could send me an email. It's on the under my about page. I'll try to remember it, but if not, just for insurance purposes, so you remember, so I remember, under my about page is my email address. If you just want to send that and tell me you want a sticker or whatever, I'll send you out a sticker. So, Dynamic, you're so close. It was 24 on the dot, and I know I can't prove it, but you're a member anyway, Dynamic. You're getting a sticker anyway, so you can't be too mad. So I figured out how I cut myself. It's on this tape. I did it again. That's the first one on the real corner. All right, let's get that back out there. Yeah, I'm glad I stayed. I knew we could get a 24 out of here. That's more typical of the size I catch in here. Last year, I think I had the 31 out of here in the middle of winter. That was a beaut. Casting out real far again, so let's hope it stays together. Warming up out here. That sun is coming out. Is today the 7-0? Is that what it is? That's a huge one if that's the case. Yeah, happy birthday again, Richard. Hope you're having a good day. There's no way he's 70, though. You get me in trouble for even thinking that. Hey, Stephen Merchant. Welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one for December. I'll take it. That should get me up on the scoreboard this week. Yeah, it looks like hamburger. It's pack bait. We use a can of sweet corn, a pack of strawberry jello, mix it together, and then we add a whole can of panko breadcrumbs. Mix it all together, let it sit a couple minutes, and it packs pretty good. It's legal. Yeah, 61. I didn't think you were over 55. I was thinking 55. 70. There's nothing free for your birthday. Are you serious? It's really your birthday too? Afraid somebody said I was giving out something for birthdays and uh, everybody's gonna be claiming it's their birthday to get like over here we have restaurants where if you say it's your birthday they come out and like dance and give you ice cream. There's gonna be no dancing or ice cream here. But happy birthday, Nike girl. Hope you're having a good day and enjoying it. Hey Stuart, no worries, bud. We just caught a nice one, 24-inch carp, common. Well, we're gonna get that one's for your birthday. That's your birthday present, Nike girl. We got 24-inch smelly carp. Hope you like it. So we'll restart the clock. Another 30 minutes then. Yeah, why are you going out there? Not up for the muskie trip? Around here, muskie's a tough fish to catch. You got to be in the mood. And we quit trying to catch them the day we caught that one, and they haven't really tried to catch one since. Too cold. Yeah, I guess so. It's cold up there. They're not shut off yet. That's interesting. I thought the bite would be kind of wrapping down, but I know they bite hard in the fall. I'm trying to remember. I think we caught ours in the early fall because we started fishing for them in August, and all the folks who kind of like were good anglers from the local area were giving us advice like, oh, it's too early. Don't fish them till fall. They're not going to bite. But we didn't know what we were doing, so we figured we'd start early and maybe bump into it and at least. And it worked out good because then we spotted one, so we knew they were there. It was the first time we like physically saw one, like 100% confirmed that it was a muskie. So then we knew we were in the right spot. So it worked out for us, and it took us probably 3 weeks yet after that till we finally connected on them. Nice, yeah, that's what I thought they'd be wrapping down. Yeah, but I guess if there's a lot of them, you're in a, I don't know if that's the muskie capital world, but it's definitely one of the better spots for them. Here they're so dang rare, and then try to catch them at a time where they're not really feeding. It really a challenge. I've seen pictures of them caught through the ice, so I guess they bite all year long, like most fish. Just gets harder. How'd I get through? Oh yeah, I kneeled down. I got all dirty and soaked. Jeez. Welcome back, Paul. What was dinner? What did you have? Yeah, I figure you guys do a lot of perch fishing up there. That's probably great musky bait too. Perch is delicious. We get some yellow perch here. We have white perch in this body of water as well. There's a reservoir just above us where we catch hundreds of those white perch. What are you cooking, Tasha? What do you got on the stove? Yeah, perch are delicious. White perch is probably my favorite fish, to be honest with you. Wish they were bigger, but delicious. Oh, never mind. That sounds awesome. Oh, sausage, egg, and beans. That might do me in. That might do me in. I need to go home and eat. We'll go to 3 hours, and if we haven't caught a fish at 3 hours, I'm out of here. That'll be our trick. If I go 30 minutes without catching anything, the live's over. That'd be a good rule for my lives. I should probably institute that. Be a lot of 30-minute lives. And then you'll know, right? If you're looking through my page and you see a 30-minute live, you know I didn't catch nothing. You don't have to waste your time. Yeah, I need 20 of them to make a meal. Shepherd's pie and Brussels sprouts. That sounds really good. Yeah, that's something I haven't made in a while either. Really good. I like making that with the venison. Meat, potatoes, paprika, some spices on top. Some cheese. I add cheese on mine too. Sounds good. Rudolph sausages, Rudolph eggs, and Rudolph chips. Stuart, there's emoji Johns I made up. I don't know if the one is obvious or not, but it's fish and chips. That's what the one is. I was thinking of my UK friends there, and my Scotland friends. I was thinking fish and chips. So that's what it's supposed to be anyway. Nice, native. Yeah, we don't keep the largemouth here. Not. It's funny because it's like the most controversial thing you can do, and I don't really understand like why. Like it's legal to keep. I get letting the big ones go or whatever, but people just go overboard with largemouth bass, in my opinion. It's just so much glamorization with largemouth bass. I don't fully understand it. And then the same people throw a carp up on the edge of the bank. Hey Nets, welcome in. There's Nets Blog 21. Another great supporter of our channel. Appreciate you, Nets. Unlike Nets, I won't be dancing today. Nets was dancing around a lot in her last video. I was trying to listen in, but I was at a I don't know what you call them there. I don't even know if you have anything like that, but this is it's like an indoor trampoline park that Kevin likes to go to. So I was in there, and it's filled with screaming kids. And Nets kept coming on and dancing on the screen. It was cracking me up. She looked happy. Yeah, down in the Philippines. Bambi burgers. My favorite burger recipe for deer is to take ground meat, run it through the grinder with a couple pieces of bacon, and you have instant bacon burger patty. There it is. There's the fish and chips. Thanks, Stuart. That's my fish and chips. I don't know why they wouldn't be. I want that'd be the last thing I'd eat. Ooh, did that ride just go? Be one of the last because I don't need any drama. I don't need anyone getting all mad at me because I ate a bass. But if I was hungry, I wouldn't think twice about it. They're in the sunfish family, so I'm sure they're good. But I've heard that too. I just think it's, I don't know. A lot of people say that. I've eaten carp too. It's delicious. And a lot of people say things don't taste good. You got to know how to prepare things and how to take care of it when you kill it. And it doesn't come in cellophane. Catfish is awesome. Yep, yep. Yeah, see, my parents hate catfish. My dad's going to watch this later and say, ew, that's disgusting. Dad hates catfish, won't eat a carp. I think they're delicious. Yeah, yeah, that's what I would think. But I would think bass are in the sunfish, and sunfish is delicious. So, yeah, Stuart, my art stinks, but that's a shark, a bag of money, a turtle, because you know you're going to be throwing that turtle down. I'm catfishing, because you know how many turtles I catch. It becomes a turtle massacre out there sometimes, and then fish and chips. Yeah, same, same. Try it. Um, Here, I don't even think we're legally allowed to use carp for bait, so um, I don't, I don't use them at all. I've eaten one because Kevin was on my back about doing it, and we read up exactly the best way to prepare it, how to harvest it, how to bleed it, and we followed it to a T. And man, I bit into that thinking I was not going to like it, and man, it was. It didn't even taste like fish. It tastes like, that's what threw me off. It didn't taste fishy at all. It didn't even taste like fish. And we smoked it. And it was, man, it was good. It was like eating a big fish steak. It was really good. I know everything tastes good smoked, so. And then we did another. That's right. There's a video on this because we smoked half the fillet. The other half we did like broiled to your stovetop. And we did it the same way we do trout, with just like lemon, asparagus, and some spices from the garden. And that was really delicious too. So I didn't want to smoke it, and that would be my only way of eating it. So we did a fillet two different ways and compared it. They're both dang good. I got 18 people in here, man. That's awesome. Ah, there you go. Can't even catch a turtle this time of year. We got 24 minutes left in the live if I don't catch nothing. Thank you, Nike Girl. Not rooting against catching a fish right now, but I am getting hungry. Oh, there's that guy caught one down there. He's got a trout down the road here. First trout I've seen caught. Good for him. It's great. Yeah, we got a great community come in. I'm thankful for everybody that comes in. Fish and chips, bro. Fish and chips. I have some trout in the freezer. I have, I'm not ashamed to say this, but I have eaten 12 trout in the last 7 days. uh, I'm going to look for something else today. In the springtime, we stock our freezer up with trout. And you buy your fishing license, they go up. Like, every year they get more and more expensive. And they do that spring stocking, man. I'm a meat eater out there. I stock that freezer up, and it gets us through pretty much to August because I don't like to eat it more than twice a week. That way you have like, you cook up 6 or 10 at a time for 4 of us, and we'll do a fish fry, or I'll do the asparagus baked recipe, or I'll make something slightly different each week. But I'll have 2 meals of them, and it'll keep us going till like mid-August. 2 meals a day. So I don't know how many we catch or whatever, but it's a good bit. And to me, like stock trout, like I get releasing wilds and everything, but this man, I have no, I'll eat them every time. If I catch them from a spot where I know they're not going to survive, I'm going to eat them every time, almost every time. Grab me some coffee, Nike girl. I could use some coffee. That's what I should have done. I should have made a. We get some more members. I'll make the coffee emoji next, maybe. And a frog. I got to do a frog too. I think Dwight wants a frog. I heard that beep and I thought it was my bite alarm. Got excited. I'm gonna throw a minnow on that middle rod. All right. Euro 2024 draw taking place. Scotland got hard group. What is that? Is that a sport? Draw. Is that where they pick teams for like soccer or foosball? That's what it sounds like to me. Like the NFL draft here is like a big day where they pick the football teams. On the west coast, the lakes, they stock trout. You're not allowed to release them. Yeah, a lot of people catch and release here with like the stockies, and they kind of go a little crazy. They're like releasing them into a spot where they're not going to live. But my biggest beef with that is like you see somebody catching and releasing like 20 fish, and they're not doing it the right way. And realistically, most of those fish are going to die. That upsets me a little bit. But something usually eats them, so. Dynamic, my favorite way to cook a stock trout is baked 20 minutes at 400 degrees with asparagus, olive oil, and like sage, rosemary, and thyme, lemon. I think that's it. That's my favorite. It's delicious. And I'll do boneless, skinless fillets, more for the kids. I'm not opposed to like picking around bones, but um, yeah, pick each other up if you guys haven't connected to each other. Paul's close to his first hundred. First hundred's the hardest, man. First hundred's the hardest. Secret to catfish is to put them in the freezer before you cook. Don't let it freeze all the way. Just get stiff. Hmm. Interesting. Never heard of that. But I don't eat a lot of catfish. We eat some bullheads in the springtime. We get some pretty big bullheads around here. And we'll usually take a meal of them out of one of the local spots. So they're delicious too. A little pain in the butt. They're not much harder to clean than a regular trout or anything. A little bit harder. Oh no, Ray, you got bad weather? Oh, it stinks. What time live are you gonna? You know what time you're gonna go live? You're gonna be on the boat. I forget what you're doing. Is this crappy? I forget already. Yeah, right, right. If you're fishing a spot that has like catfish or bass, then they might eat the trout. Here they don't really have any. They've got some big bass, but um, I don't know how many of them they're eating. Whoa, what is that? Oh, that's a turtle out there. No. Why is there a turtle out there? You guys see him right by my line. That is a turtle. I haven't seen a turtle here since October. You gotta be kidding me. Go back to bed. Big old snapper, too. You gotta be kidding me. He's gonna go down and eat that. 14 minutes left in the live. Turtles don't count. He's gonna go down and eat my bait now. Mm, you watch. He's sitting there eating my bait. I'm gonna catch a dang turtle. Have you ever baked marble eye? I don't know what that is. What's marble eye, native? 9:30. Ray's gonna be live 9:30. Crappie fishing tomorrow. Awesome. Yellow eye or rockfish Pacific Northwest. Turtle power. He's gonna hit it. He's not gonna be able to help himself. And it's the fake corn. It's probably my last three fake pieces. And I like those. They float. It's hard to find the floating ones around here. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna wreck my method feeder, destroy my hair rig, and take my last three kernels of corn. Gonna end the live with a turtle. I just know it. That's on our thing to do next year. Kev wants to do a turtle catch and cook. So we're gonna do that for sure sometime. Comes up with all these ideas, then it's my job to make them happen. Surprised that turtle doesn't come over and take the minnow. I think that's the turtle again out there. Maybe he swam off. Probably ate it all. Probably ate all my bait already. That's why he swam off. Let me clean up some stuff a little so I don't have so much to do. Put my measuring tape away. Guaranteed to catch one then. Put the net away. I'll definitely catch something. I'm glad we moved back yet. It was worth it. Get a 24-incher here. I'm glad I didn't stay over there catching nothing. Marble eyes, walleye. Okay, gotcha. Walleye's delicious, yeah. They used to race up in International Falls every winter. There was a big snow event up there I'd race. And man, I'd always go to this place that made the best walleye on their natural, the long grain rice. So good. That's a really good fish. Turtle soup. I've never caught a soft shell. I think they're cool looking, Ray. I hear they're really fast swimmers too. Wendy, welcome back in. Walleye got their nickname because of how their eyes reflect light at night. It looks like marbles. Interesting. Interesting. Captain Quinn talking about the big dead eyes. Jaws. Terry with the Jaws reference. No worries, Nike girl. We've got 9 minutes here unless we catch a fish. Just kind of gonna watch the rods for 9 minutes, see if anything happens. I'm gonna go home, eat, throw Kevin in the car, and go back fish somewhere else. I probably won't pop up live unless I'll look around. If nobody else is live, then maybe I will if we're in a spot. Otherwise, I'll just record on the GoPro. We're going to be filming all the fishing, so it's going to be, you're going to catch none. Yeah, it could. I've been known to catch some big ones the last few minutes of lives, especially with catfishing and carp in the springtime. Felt like that happened every live. We caught one in the last few minutes because the kids had bedtime and it was like fishing was just eating up, but we had to go. Yeah, with this fishing league, our content's going to be basically highlights, and we can fish a lot, so it's, I don't want to make huge long videos, so it's going to be a lot of action, short amount of time. So I'm going to be running the GoPro, and then basically it'll just be like highlights of the whole week. Should be fun to watch. A lot of catches, probably put some music to it so it's not. So it's not too long, especially if I'm running the live in the background. I'm not saying a lot anyway on the GoPro. Got to get my fishing license soon. I know the new licenses, they expire in Pennsylvania the end of the year. Somebody told me they were for sale already, but I don't know if that's for 2020. Like if you buy one now, can you use it now? I guess it don't matter. I've already got a license. Just curious. I always go to Walmart New Year's Day. It's the only place I go out on a holiday. It's the same old lady that's been working there forever. I always go out and see her New Year's Day. Get my license. A heart surgeon put me under the thresher. Oh my God, native. That would be a monster. 3:30. Nike girl said, get up at 3:30, so we have to leave when fishing. It's usually, yep. It's tough. It stink when they're biting. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. I don't know where Kevin is. Kevin's home, I imagine, Stuart. I don't know. I thought I was going to get him out. He's been in a weird mood, man. He's 10 years old. He's going through a phase. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to record for this because if I'm live on my GoPro, if I'm live on my phone, I don't have any other device to like get pictures of the fish that count for this competition. So I kind of have to. And sometimes, like I took the beeping thing off of it, so it's a little hard to know if it's on anymore without looking at it. I hope I don't make any dumb mistakes and regret, but I took it off because I've been hunting a lot and I don't need to think beeping when I see a deer. 300-pound leatherback. Holy cow. The air license is a full year here. I think they put them up for sale early. I just go out New Year's Day and get it. Yeah, we are about 2.5 hours from the ocean. So we get down once in a while. We get down we take a vacation down there and fish nonstop for like a whole week once a year. A family vacation. But my family, mostly everybody likes to fish all the time, so we do a lot of fishing. Um, and then we will usually do a few weekends, maybe a long weekend in the summer, the time to get down there as well. In the spring, I say this every year, but this year it's going to happen. We're going to go down and chase stripers in the spring. So I can't wait for that. Oh, I see. Ours go by the calendar year, native. Leopard shark. We caught one shark. I hooked into a big brown this year down there. I'm a monster. I couldn't get it in. It was, you know, I would estimate over 6 feet long. Almost broke my shoulder. I was on a fishing pier, and man, I had to drag. I thought I had to drag too loose, but I really didn't. It was just gone. I mean, I hooked it in this thing. You could just see it leaving the bay. Off it was going. We're in a spot right where the ocean meets, and he just ran like a carp does in the shallows. Just started taking off. And so I grabbed the drag and I tightened it. Like I had to tighten it pretty quick because it was like spooling fast. And I guess I turned it too fast, and it threw me into the railing. And then I got my like footing and put my foot up on the rail, and I started like kind of slowing it down. But that I had to tighten the drag more because I was going to get spooled real quick. I dragged it down and it just broke the line off. But that was a big boy. I mean, where we fish, it's like you don't really target sharks. I don't anyway. I guess some guys have it down to the science, but it takes some specialized equipment. And we just don't have it. I don't think ocean fishing's scary at all. I guess like if you're afraid of the depth of the water, maybe if you're out deep sea fishing. But I mean, we surf fish off the beach in the back bay, so that stuff doesn't. It's not really scary. Richard, don't eat all the. No, you. It's your birthday. You eat your shepherd's pie. But, but I'm gonna go home and make something up real quick here. I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to start packing up here and head home and eat. Now that Richard's making me hungry. Richard, Nike Girl, I hope you both have a great birthday. Everyone else, I appreciate you coming in. This is an awesome live. Had a good time. And I'm going to start packing it up. So I'm going to say your goodbyes. I'll give you a few minutes. Don't pull the plug on anybody. And then I'm rolling out of here. Ray, good luck. I'll try to catch you tomorrow. Good luck with the crappie. Just realized I parked really far away from here. All right, guys, I got to pack up the camera now, too. I'll have a great day. Thanks for coming in. Richard, Stuart, Wendy, appreciate you guys. Thank you for all your help. Dynamic, Sam, you guys better beat me tomorrow. 24 inches, buddy. Catch y'all later. Thanks, Casters. You too. Bye, Tasha.